It's not about the candles. It's not how many branches are on the candelabra. It is about the miracle. And remembering during this season that our Elohim is an Elohim of miracles. Miracles such as oil in a lamp not running dry for 8 days. It's about oil and flour enough to make one meal for herself and her child, and having a prophet show up on the doorstep asking, "Make me a meal." And that flour and that oil did not run out over the days, the many days that the prophet stayed with that widow. It is about the sun standing still. It is about a whore in a city living near the wall or on the wall, hiding spies until all the wall comes crumbling down at the blow of a shofar. And that part of the wall, her building, remaining standing so that she and the spies could get out safely. And we can recount the miracles that we hear around us that people boast of. Oh, I was in jail in this war-torn country. A bomb came. The whole jail fell apart except for my cell. We can look for these stories. We can look within our own lives. I remember, I do not encourage the breaking of law. I'm in no way approving of it. I was in a different time when the laws were different in motor vehicles on the highway. So it was a very, very long trip. Couple of days at least. And the kids will do what children will do when on a long ride. They get antsy. They unbuckle themselves. They bounce around. And we sailed down the highways without interruption, without stop. And for me, it was no big thing. Got to our destination. Well, the man who had rented the vehicle in their name brought it back. And the person at the rental vehicle place says, there is no way you could have done this many miles on this much gas and in this much time. And the man who had rented the vehicle had said, we went past police, they should have pulled us over so many times. Like the whole trip, the whole journey to restore a family was just one big miracle in itself. And so Hanukkah would be a time to focus on the qualities of our Creator that include the impossible. What is impossible to everybody else is not impossible for our Creator. And this is a good time to remember it. The fall had come. The atonement is called for. The reward, the harvest. You get the results of your harvest. And so many of us on the path to perfection, this is a time of strict discipline, of coming to know our sins, how our habits control us. Little things, for example, passing the time playing solitaire. The cards represent certain things, queens, deities, kings, deities. And they're invited in every time. Just even sitting there by yourself playing a harmless game of solitaire. I was flabbergasted at the entities that it invited in. Got a whole deck of cards, all representing all different energies. It's a party. That's why card games are always so important. And people invest in them. Enough about that. All the little ways we don't understand we are inviting evil into our lives. And the new moon, the recent new moon for the 10th month, was about when Noah was on the ark. And it was on that day that he walked out, and for the first time he saw mountains. The proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what Chanukah is about. It is about the light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, we are being disciplined. Yes, we are coming to realize just how unworthy we have been. However, it is softened because we could turn that to thanks and appreciation for the instruction. He instructs those he loves. He is not going to provide this instruction for everyone. There are people, they're going to win lots of money playing cards. They're always going to have a pocket full of money. They aren't going to be able to witness the miracles of those of us who are receiving discipline because maybe we handled our finances unrighteously. And so now we're paying the cost. But we've had a repentant heart. We've been changing. We've been obedient. And so now the miracles can manifest. The impossible can become possible for us. And so that's what Chanukah is about. It's not whether or not you have the right candle holder. It's not whether or not you have the exact day and time on what everybody else has agreed upon, because there's another thing about this creator of miracles, about our Elohim of miracles. He teaches us it is about obedience. Obedience brings us into alignment. What are we coming into alignment with? A perfect earth, a perfect people. And so others will say, oh, well, we figured out the calendar on what it would be this day. Our Creator never changes. We're going to let circumstances dictate our Creator's commands? No. He said this many days, for this many days, and then in this many days, for this many days. And right now, because people adapted to the Gregorian calendar of 7 days, which days to work, which days to rest, you are a slave to the masters in charge of the Gregorian calendar. So the sun is not going in and out its proper gates. However, if a people were to be acknowledging these dates at this time regardless, then they get into alignment where the sun is going in and out the proper gates to create proper seasons. So we have proper growth and we have proper rest. Obedience must come first. And it doesn't matter what is the first fruits. Oh, but there's no crops at that time of the year. If we follow, how are we going to offer the first fruits of our crops? It's the first fruits of your lips. The first thing when you wake up in the morning. Is it a prayer? Do you wake up and pray? Do you give the first fruits of every day? Then you have an appropriate first fruit sacrifice. Are you the first one in your family to change their ways, you are the first fruits of that family. And our Creator dictates when the first fruits will come. And first we must have obedience. So, He's the Elohim of what is impossible. He makes it possible. He's the Elohim of miracles. He creates miracles. And then that is the point of Chanukah.